What's going on, people, and welcome back to my post-match recap and player ratings for yesterday's game. Wolves 0, Manchester United 1. Should have been 2-0. We got robbed of a goal for Rashford that I don't know how he's supposed to not handball there in terms of the speed that it happens at. You might as well be telling him that he's not allowed to have an arm. Should have been 2-0, but he was robbed of one, but got one anyway. And obviously he didn't start the game because he overslept, missed the team meeting for the pre-match meeting, and Ten Hag benched him to discipline him for it. But he come on, gets the winner, should have had two, as I said, got robbed of one. I thought we looked comfortable in the game overall. We deserved the win. I actually predicted a 1-1 draw for that game, and I think we were comfortable and deserved to win. I think Rashford himself, and I think Varane was very good as well, so I think we deserved the 3 points, as I said. But Bournemouth, I fancy us to win that at Old Trafford, so I think we're on a good run. Confidence is there. We've just got Martinez back as well from the World Cup, which can only help. And if Rashford could keep on this form, we could really challenge in them upper positions in the table. So delighted with the 3 points. I don't think the overall performance was the best, but I think we did enough. As for my player ratings, De Gea, I'd give him a 6, above average. I thought he didn't have a ton to do, but there was a few, 2 or 3 saves he had to do in the game at different times that kept us in it at times. I had to be alert. The one that sticks out in my head is the free kick from Neves that he tips around, but a few reaction saves as well. 6. Wan-Bissaka, I give him a 5, average. Tried to get forward, but his quality isn't there in terms of that final ball. Defensively, I thought he was solid, so average of a 5. Varane, 7. I thought he was fantastic. He was my man of the match. I think he was a rock at the back, solid, won everything in the air, on the floor, didn't get caught out. I thought he was tremendous, Varane, my man of the match with a 7. Luke Shaw, continuing his left centre-back position, and I thought he did an okay job in it again. I don't think he was as good this game as the previous, but I think he was okay, good enough, average 5. Malacia, similar to Shaw, I think he was okay, did a solid job, average 5. Eriksen, a little bit quiet, but I think he was okay again, average 5. Casemiro, I've seen a lot of people saying that some of them was giving him man of the match, some people, and I think he's been fantastic since he's come to the club, but that, I would argue, yesterday is one of his worst games he's had in a United shirt, and I actually give him below average with a 4, because I don't think he influenced the play enough. I saw him lose the ball quite a bit and get caught out and people run past him a bit easily. So for me, probably the worst performance I've seen from him since he's joined the club, but look, they're going to be few and far between with him because he's that good. But yesterday, I think he was slightly off it. I'd give him a 4. Anthony, 3. I don't see what he's doing, to be honest. Started off well when he came into the team, but since the World Cup and they've come back, he's just not at it. Loses the ball too much. Don't track back enough for me. Does too much flamboyancy on the ball, but then there's not the final quality from it. Loses it. Just don't think he's playing well, and I don't think he should have started. 3. Bruno, 3. I don't think he had a great game. I thought he struggled to get involved. A bit of erratic passing and shooting, trying to hit worldies for passes up the field. Don't think it was a good game for him. 3. Garnacho, 5. I thought he had a pretty good game. Looked pretty lively while he was on. Kind of tapered off as the game went on, and Rashford come on for him to replace him, which I think was the right call. But an average for Garnacho. Martial, 5. Actually gave him a 6 to start off with because I thought his link-up play was very good. He was getting others involved. I thought he looked sharp. But then as the game went on, he probably should have scored at one point with a header, which he completely missed. And you'd like him to be a bit more involved, I'd guess. But I think he started well, but it kind of drifted off a bit. I'd give him an average overall with a 5. And then the subs, we had Fred, Elanga, Maguire, Rashford and Donny. Fred and Maguire I give an average. Elanga gets a 4 for me because I just didn't notice him when he came on again. Rashford, 7, as I said, comes on. Should have had 2 goals. Gets the winner anyway. I think he was, other than Varane, was our best player, even though he was on the pitch for a limited amount of time. And Donny, an average of a 5, came on, didn't really do a lot, but didn't do anything wrong. And Ten Hag, I'd give him a 6, because I don't think Anthony should have started. I've brung Elanga on either. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but for me, I think we should be a bit more clinical in front of goal. Now, that he can't come on the pitch and finish it for the players, but some of it has to come down to him. So I'd give him a 6, which is above average, but we do need to be a bit more getting our goal difference up. I'd give him a 6. My man of the match would be Varane. I'd give Rashford a 7 also, but Varane for me was the focal point of that win and performance. It was a solid component at the back of the team, leading by example, and I thought he was brilliant. So Varane, man of the match, and this bodes well for the Bournemouth game. I expect us to win in that. I'm going to go 3-0 Manchester United. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and your prediction. Let me know your ratings for yesterday's game in the comments. Earlier dropped a player versus player, episode 2, and it's Steven Gerrard versus Frank Lampard. So go over to the channel and watch that if you haven't already, and then get over to the community tab after you've watched that to vote on the next for episode 3 for player versus player, and go and see what matchups we got in the poll over there, so you can have your say on which player versus player you get to see for episode 3. Appreciate everyone subscribing and your support. Enjoy the week ahead, guys. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you guys soon.